One night in Sedona, I was with three of my friends. We were outside looking at the stars in lawn chairs. It was early July. It was a nice evening. The sky was perfectly clear. There were thousands of stars in the sky. We were looking at a strange phenomena taking place. We would see these streaks of light going vertical in the sky. Imagine a huge flashlight sending a flashing light from left to right across the sky. It would come in 1-minute intervals. All of us were delighted in the show. We were making the same oohs and ahs when kids see fireworks. In the midst of a lull, I noticed 3 stars in the sky I never noticed before. These 3 stars formed a triangle in the star. It looked like a pyramid. All of a sudden, I felt myself being sucked out of my body. It was like this huge vacuum sucking me out and out of in my body. There was this tunnel of light. I was traveling inside of this tunnel. We all have seen on Star Trek, The Next Generation, the sensation of warp speed. It was the same kind of sensation that I felt. The next thing I knew, I saw this huge mothership. This ship was so large that there were mountains, oceans, and Earth-like planets inside of this ship. I was greeted by a group of 12 beings. I recognized Saran and Lord Michael. They took me on the tour of the ship. The whole ship had a clear plastic-like substance, which was the outer shell. Inside of this were the mountains. The main engine room was driven by energy itself. They had the technology to convert energy itself to drive the whole ship. All electricity was generated by pure and perfect energy. There was no pollution whatsoever. It's hard to put in words what I was going through and what I saw. It was so beautiful. These beings were so beautiful. They were friendly and extremely intelligent. Their technology was light years ahead of us. At one point, I was placed on this beautiful table. Zoran, Lord Michael, and the rest of the 12 beings placed their hands on my body and started to send me brilliant colors of light. My whole body was enveloped in a rainbow of light. This light was pure consciousness. It was alive, if extremely blissful. I felt all the stress being taken out of my body. It was an incredible ceremony taking place. No words were spoken. There were 12 incredible beings performing an ancient ceremony on me. I felt they were once again reminding me that we are all come from the same source of life. There is a universal consortium of beings who are called the White Brotherhood, whose mission is to transform this universe into something far beyond what we can imagine. There are millions of humans alive on this planet who are part of this consortium. Before we were born, we all decided to come down and help this planet Earth. All the major religions now know that something incredible is about to happen to this planet and the beings on this wonderful Earth. We are to usher in this era along with our friends. Our weapons are simply love itself. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Our mission is to consciously change ourselves to bring beings of love. Christ was a prime example of this. We all have the same capacity. We just have to stop, look, and listen to what's going on. Here's the most incredible event that's taking place on this planet, and we are asleep. We are too involved in our little lives to stop just for 1 second and ask some basic questions. Who am I? What is the purpose of this life? Where is true happiness? I feel as a society we need to learn about tolerance, forgiveness, and being open-minded. Each of us are so caught up in our own mindset that we can't see that we are flowers on a beautiful garden called life. Isn't it so beautiful that we are all so different, yet all of us at the same time are so similar? The breath of life is keeping us alive, and we are unconscious of this fact. It's time to wake up and smell the roses. Each one of us have to have this experience to remind ourselves to wake up either consciously or subconsciously, even if you don't believe in any of this. Imagine if this is all make-believe. There was a time that flying an airplane was make-believe. It is now reality. There are millions of people on this planet whose prayers are to see peace on this planet. in time, this will have to happen. We just have to bring peace to ourselves. We have to know who we truly are. We are beings of love. We have simply forgot who we are. It is time, as a whole, that we wake up. It's kind of funny, the whole world wants peace and happiness, yet there's so much misery and poverty and grief. The love we have inside is boundless and endless. It is worth more than all the riches in the whole universe. Without it, we are nothing. I know I had many incredible experiences in my life. Many people are envious of them, yet without love, they mean nothing. It's like a body without the breath, no life whatsoever. Our main mission is to be filled with love, that whenever we touch, it turns to love. What would happen to this planet if every citizen on this planet was experiencing such a love? We would have no conflict, war, or poverty on this planet. We would truly help each other out. We would truly know that human beings are incredible beings. Well, when I came back and my friends knew that something incredible had happened to me. I told them just a fraction of what happened to me. It was all so personal that I didn't want to blah out or be arrogant. Years later, I felt the time was right to put the experience in words. The incident showed me that my friends beyond the stars were always looking after me in this planet. I knew my days as a young child looking at the stars was based upon an unconscious yet conscious connection with my friends. We are never alone. We have friends who are looking after us. Most of the time, we don't know that. On Raji's 14th birthday, on December 10, 1972, a huge party was held in Pramnagar Ashram in India. For some reason, I came as the Blue Meanie. At that time, I didn't know why I chose that. I didn't like that character in the Yellow Submarine at all. Years later, I had this dream where I was the Blue Meanie in the Yellow Submarine. I felt this incredible energy of love fill me up. All of a sudden, this Blue Meanie became 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 265, 512, 1012, and so on to infinity. This happened in less than a fraction of a second. My whole consciousness was in the infinite ocean of Blue Meanies. The whole scene was love itself. Each Blue Meanie was separate, yet tied together by the ocean of love. I felt a power more powerful than a nuclear power plant surging through me. Just the power of love flowing through me. I became the universe. Every part of creation was an aspect of this consciousness. I knew and experienced everything on this planet and all other universes. I was one. The fact that this dream lasted a long time. I felt so fortunate to be reminded who we really are. Life will teach us in such a beautiful manner. Many experiences we don't seem to care about or nor will be using it further for a greater purpose. One day in Arizona, I had this incredible vivid dream. I dreamt that Sai Baba was sick. For those of you who don't know, Sai Baba is a great Indian saint. He has the ability to manifest jewels from his hands. He has millions of followers in the world. Sai Baba was very sick in my dream. There were a lot of people around him in my dream. He came up to me and said, "Only you can heal me." As soon as he said that, I felt a tremendous energy flowing from within my being. I placed my hands toward him, and he started to send energy inside of his body. His whole body was shaking. After a few moments, he was healed. The love that was flowing between us was incredible. I felt this incredible wave of love flowing into me. My whole being was saturated with this experience. It was more than a dream. I really can't put that experience in words, but it was absolutely incredible. About 3 months earlier, I took this incredible healing course. There, the instructor told me that I would receive a great gift from Sai Baba. 3 months later, this experience came to me. I have learned since then to have respect for all teachers. We can all learn from each other. I certainly don't have all the answers. I don't know anyone who does. Each of us has something special to offer this world.
Fine-tune your radio station. You're listening to an old station. This station is reinforcing all your bad habits. There's a signal from God and the universe that is playing. Listen to KGOD. This signal is broadcasted from within. It is clear and constant. You just have to tune your mind to this signal. In each and every breath you take, fine-tune your inner radio to this signal. All the great masters have said that the kingdom of heaven lies within. This is probably the most practical thing you can do for yourself. What is keeping you alive? The more you concentrate on this signal, the more powerful and clear it will be. This is your true nature. This signal is like a magnet. It draws kindness, love, and compassion to you. It's like taking a shower of love. This love fills your entire being and slowly washes away all the negativity. This radio station is live. It has been broadcasting for eternity. When you are driving and talking on your cell phone, you aren't paying attention to life. What is so important? What is so important externally that you have forgotten your true nature? Why do you insist that the external world is the only world? For now, you might say, because that's all there is. Well, someday you will die, and it will totally disappear in an instant. This radio station will make you laugh at life. It will bring you to a place where anger and hate will not govern you. Kindness and compassion will be there. I'm not saying you won't ever get angry again. I'm saying that with conscious effort, you can use water to put out the anger in your life. Your mind is looking externally to fix your inner world. Mankind has been running in circles for thousands of years. Look at the political landscape in America today. Anger and chaos rules the land. Fine-tune your radio station. You are a piece of the puzzle. Concentrate on positive emotions. Let's start simple. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Watch your breath go up and down. All mystical traditions talk about the power behind your breath. The same power behind your breath is keeping the universe alive. Focus on your breath. Watch it go up and down, up and down. With your mind, concentrate on peace. When you feel peace, you are connected to the quantum field. When your mind wanders, focus it back to your breath. Over time, the more you do this, the deeper peace you will experience. The first step is to place your toes into the infinite ocean of love. Focus on your breath. Watch it go up and up and down and down. The more you focus on peace, peace will start to focus on you. Day by day, you will slowly immerse yourself into this incredible ocean. The goal is to take that peace where your eyes are closed and keep it there in your daily activities. Ultimately, you want to live in the center of the hurricane. The winds of the mind can be howling, but you can live in the center where there's no turbulence. Love, compassion, kindness, peace, and infinite other positive emotions exist inside of you. Peace of mind does not come from external events. Peace comes from within. This is your true nature. In the beginning, this may take some time. For those who live stressed out lives, it will take time to learn how to unwind from stress. Take your time. Don't be hard on yourself. This is not a race. Simply take a few moments a day and build on it. Just follow your breath. Over time, you will experience such a peace that you have never experienced before. So let's try this again. Focus on your breath. Watch it go up and down. That's all there is to this. The next step is optional. At the same time, you focus on your breath. Imagine feeling peace inside of you. When you feel even an ounce of peace, you have connected to the quantum field. Day by day, keep this up. So focus on your breath. Watch it go up and down. This is just the beginning. you have taken the first step on your incredible journey. Even if you've been meditating for thousands of years, each step you take takes you closer. Yet the journey will never end. It is timeless. Sitting down. Meditation. I've been meditating for 48 years. You could say I have a knack for it. I love it. It's my hobby. I have studied all sorts of techniques. In the beginning, I thought there must be a super-duper technique. This technique will take you 10 steps where you presently are. Well, after 48 years, I can say your motivation is the key. Many people think they have to meditate, and yet they hate it. Where do you think that will take you? Many people have high expectations. They think they're going to have a super-duper experience. Well, they do. They don't over a period of time. They give up. Meditation is like surfing. It takes practice. When I first learned how to surf when I was 13 years old, I was a total beginner. In surfing terms, I was a kook, a beginner. My dad gave my twin brother John and I one surf lesson from a famous surfer, Mickey Munoz. I still remember being pulled into a wave that was probably less than 1 foot. I felt that the wave was 10 feet. I was hooked from then on. Meditation is taking small baby steps, day by day. You never know how far you have gone. In the eyes of eternity, you have just taken one precious step, yet your awareness grows. The following is a beautiful quote from a dear friend of mine. It was posted on Facebook a few days ago. I've known him for around 46 years. This describes that at times we have no idea how far we have gone on this path. A couple of years ago, I was at a New Age trade show promoting my book. I was walking the show and came to a booth where a guy offered me a free psychic reading. We sat down together and he told me he was going to close his eyes for a minute and tune in to me. He closed his eyes, so I closed mine and took advantage of the moment to turn inside. All of a sudden he exclaimed, "What are you doing?" I said. "Huh?" He said, "You just disappeared in this huge peace zone. How'd you do that?" I told him it was something I'm in the habit of doing, and we had a brief conversation about it. He told me he had never seen anything like that, this disappearing trick, executed so quickly. I was mildly amused, but ever since then, I have a renewed respect for the incompatible gift. Mace bestowed on me over 40 years ago that allows me to disappear from the confusion of the world around me so quickly and easily. Every time I have the clarity to use it, and that has become so second nature to me that it seems like a small thing, a thing I don't even feel I have mastered. It's truly a miracle beyond reckoning. I lack the means to express how grateful I am for this one small thing that changes everything. This sums up how meditation changes one's life, yet at times we don't see it and take it for granted. Phase 1. Phase 1 is the foundation of your practice. Everything stems from this awareness. Focus on your breath. Watch it go up and down. That's all there is to this. Many people think it's too simple. It is. We have been breathing all our lives, yet most of the time we aren't aware of the breath. There is a power that is keeping you alive. Behind your breath lies the quantum field. This field is infinite love, kindness, and compassion. It is beyond words. It's beyond time and space. It is literally keeping you alive. Personally, this should be our main focus while we are alive. This is in one way to directly connect to the quantum field moment by moment in our daily lives. The more attention you pay to it, the more attention it pays to you. Like I said in the beginning, you meditate on God. At some point, God starts to meditate on you. Don't get discouraged. It takes time and practice. Have fun with it. The universe is fun. When the mind wanders, simply bring it back to following your breath. In the beginning, you may feel or sense a sparkle of peace. You may see sparks of light inside of you. You may hear some ringing in your ears. These are signposts that you are tapping into the quantum field. These signposts are everywhere. The more you practice, the signposts change and morph along your journey. At some point, your breath turns into a force field of love. One can close their eyes and immediately enter into the quantum field. Divine light surrounds you, and you are in a force field of the quantum. This is an infinite journey. You can never stop and say, I have mastered it all. The goal is to fuse this light and energy into your human body. You're learning to rewire your circuits. Presently, your nervous system can't handle the voltage from the quantum field. Most people's lives are so stressed out. They are living and breathing in a high beta state of existence. Many people's adrenaline is constantly turned on. This practice will slowly tap you into the quantum field. You just have to pay attention towards your breath. Over time, your mind and body becomes your true friend. One slowly becomes in harmony with the quantum field. Close your eyes. So breathe in. Watch your breath. When your mind wanders, simply focus on your breath. Breathe in. Concentrate on your breath. Watch it go up and down. Up and down. So that's how simple it is. Whoever would have wondered that just by focusing on your breath, that you can tap into the quantum field. Bet you nobody told you that before. Phase 2. Modern-day scientists know about the mind-body connection. They realize that both are interconnected. A thought that you have is expressed into a chemical reaction, which creates either a positive or negative emotion. Our human body stores all experiences into our subconscious. Remember that 95% of the subconscious versus 5% of the conscious runs the show. Most of the time, we are reactive beings. Our lives are driven by the past events. Our mind is so infused with the past that our bodies respond automatically. It's like we're on auto control, which in reality we are. So much of humanity is driven by stress, which damages our overall health for the mind, body, and soul connection. I have a great friend who believes he will die around 83 years old. He is learning to retire at 60 years old. He's a great guy. I try to tell him that we can live a great life well into our hundreds. You see, our thoughts drive us to our destiny. Many of us are driven by some traumatic event that occurred in the past. We can't go beyond that. We can't let it go. That event has scarred us. That event is existing somewhere inside of our human body. The next meditation will help harmonize the mind, body, and soul connection. I've been doing this in many different forms since the 80s. It's very simple and powerful to do. Both the chakras and the endocrine system is tied together. One is physical, and the other one is subtle energy. Both of them are in sync with one another. When you have disease, that will be manifested both in your endocrine system and your chakras. This meditation starts from the root chakra and works up to your crown. Breathe in. Concentrate on your breath. Watch it go up and down. When you feel stillness, go on to the next step. Don't rush this. Take your time. If you're agitated or angry, just watch your breath. Through practice, you will break through. When you have broken through, concentrate on your root chakra. Continually watch your breath. The more your attention is focused on your root chakra, you will slowly experience a great expansion of your consciousness. Each chakra contains a universe inside of a universe. Over time, all negative emotions will be dispelled from darkness to the light. Create loving thoughts. If your mind wanders, which it will, bring it back to your breath. If you have a hard time doing this, say, I am full of gratitude. Feel that emotion of gratitude. When you do, you are tapping into the quantum field. The goal is to allow the quantum field to be expressed into each chakra. The quantum field is the light which dispels darkness. You don't need to fight or struggle. By embracing love, kindness, compassion, and patience in each chakra, this is how we can totally transform. In essence, you're learning to be in harmony with the quantum field. When you are in harmony with the quantum field, your mind, body, and soul connection will be in harmony. Enjoy this process. Science and mystics are melting together. This technique has been around for thousands of years. Only since the 80s have scientists mapped out the mind-body connection and how they work together. This is just the start of your journey. Yes, it takes time. I feel that humanity will progress much faster than the past. Millions of people are waking up, which will make the evolution much faster. I call it the evolution revolution. This phase and phase 1 can take you to places you never dreamed of. At the same time, your adventures on Earth will be incredible. You can smile at diversity. You can see through other people's eyes. You will be humble. You will be kind. You will become aware of the quantum field wherever you go. You will have a passion for life. All it takes for you is to simply try. The greatest jewel lies inside of you. You've been taught to only look outside of yourself to discover the jewel. Phase 3. Meditation. Slowly breathe in. Tighten your muscles if you're having a bowel movement. At the same time, tighten your muscles around your navel, lower abdomen. Bring them up and in. Tighten your muscles around your solar plexus, upper abdomen. Bring them up and in. As you are breathing in, follow your breath up the spinal column, past the heart, throat, and pineal chakra to the top of your head. Hold your breath comfortably until you need to take a breath. Be gently on yourself. Keep up the tightening of your muscles. When you have to, slowly exhale your breath. A wave of bliss is about to be released. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes. Slowly build up your time doing this. In essence, this technique is converting locked negative emotions up your spine, where it is transformed into the quantum field. This is pure alchemy. You are transforming darkness into light. On the material side, your body is sending spiritual fluid up your spine column to the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland then secretes thousands of chemicals, which turns this from negative energy into love, kindness, and compassion. In this state, tremendous healings can occur and do occur. Look at the work Dr. Joe Dispenza has done, and you will see there are thousands of people being healed in all sorts of manner. This technique is thousands of years old. Mind you, this technique will seem awkward at first. Just take your time. After some point, it will become second nature to you. Walking meditation. I've been practicing walking meditation for 48 years. As you probably know by now, that meditation doesn't start nor end with closing your eyes. Yes, by closing your eyes, one dives deep within, yet one takes that experience into his daily life. Walking meditation consists of being aware during your daily life. For example, walking from your car to work, one meditates on his breath. Your awareness is on the quantum field. When you have a conversation with somebody, while the person is talking, you can listen at the same time, focus on the quantum field. Your awareness will be on the now, and you will truly listen. Most people are thinking what to say next while listening. They truly don't listen from the now. The goal of meditation is to be in the quantum field 24 hours a day. Yes, it takes practice. Anything in life that is worthwhile takes practice. For me, this is a hobby. It's not a drag. I don't sit down and close my eyes saying, when is this meditation session is going to be over? Proper attitude is everything. Be like a child that is open. Remember, the more attention you pay to something, the more attention comes back to you. You can live in this world and at the same time have your attention in the quantum world. This is the goal. If mankind truly did this moment by moment, this world would truly transform. We as a society would truly transform. I say that war is obsolete. In this state of unity, man would no longer create wars. I could write tons of books describing huge transformations in all aspects of life. We are just slowly waking up from our slumber. These are exciting times. Remember, you are a piece of the puzzle. What would the puzzle be without you? Pay attention to your breath. Behind your breath lies the quantum field. monitoring your thoughts and emotions. As you know, by now we live 95% from the subconscious and 5% from the conscious mind. Most human beings never stop to see the correlation between the mind and body. Many scientists say they are one and the same. They are not distinct and different. Imagine someone pisses you off. That thought creates a chemical in your brain. Cortisol gets released. Stress hormones gets released. Over 1900 chemicals gets released. You are now in an emotional state of anger. This anger gets stored in your body. Many scientists say that cancer is created by angry cells. Most of the time, we have automatic tapes from the past in any given situation. Because we are reactive beings, we are like leaves blowing in the wind. We never stop and think before we perform an action. Many people Twitter without thinking. So the goal is to rewire our circuits. When someone makes us angry, stop in your tracks. Focus on your breath. Imagine an infinite field of peace surrounding you. By the way, it does 24 hours a day. This is your true nature. Smile and don't say a thing. When you have your composure back, speak from kindness. Mind you, this is extremely difficult to do. Here's some advice for you on this journey. Write down all the areas that have caused great trauma in your life. Many times, the great trauma never gets processed properly. It is stored in our subconscious. The greater the trauma, the greater the emotional impact. Unfortunately, so many people hold on to the past. An event may happen over 30 years ago, and we still hold on for dear life. We still hold a grudge and are angry towards that one person. We need to learn and forgive. We need to let go of that emotion. In the last 30 years, much insight has been in the relationship between the mind and body. There are many different techniques out there to heal and release our emotional scars. Here's one I like. Emotional freedom technique. It's a self-help technique that involves tapping near the endpoints of energy meridians located around the body. EFT works by lowering cortisol levels and the body's stress response because it helps to promote relaxation. Imagine you have some anger issue. The first step is to identify the issue. In order for this to work, you need to identify the issue. Makes sense? Step 2. From a scale of lowest 1 to highest 10, what is the intensity? What is the intensity of your emotional or physical pain? Step 3. In this state, one acknowledges the issue and accepting yourself despite the problem. We're going to use anger as our problem. The common setup phrase is, even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely accept myself. The common setup phrase is, even though I have this anger issue, I deeply and completely accept myself. Step 4. This is the tapping phrase. Begin by tapping the karate chop point while simultaneously reciting your setup phrase. You may do this for around 30 seconds to 1 minute. Concentrate on your breath as you do this. The calmer you get, the better results you will have. Karate chop, small intestine meridian. Now, for each one of these meridian points, use a reminder phrase. Suppose you have an anger issue. You would then recite in your mind anger while tapping at these points below. Tap for around 30 seconds at each meridian point. At the eyebrow, bladder meridian. Side of the eye, gallbladder meridian. Under the eye, stomach meridian. Under the nose, governing vessel. Chin, central vessel. Beginning of the collarbone, kidney meridian. Under the arm, spleen meridian. Top of head, governing vessel. When you finish, rate an intensity level. Say that your initial rate was a 9. You rate it now at a 5. Repeat this process until you reach the 0. Mind you, some problems will take time to reach a 0. The greater you take responsibility for your thoughts and actions, the greater results you will have. To find all these meridian points, do a Google search for tapping, and you should be able to see exactly where these points are. Alright, well, that's it. Thank you.